love ginger ale. I figured I might as well make this journal before I go puff the magic dragon, if you know what I mean. It's been a very rough couple weeks. I just wanted to I'm just going to document this, especially for future reference. I'm going to start off with saying the word integrity. I usually text the guys and stuff like that, like word of the day. Well, I just started doing it. I used to do it when I was younger too. But integrity stuck with me since I was a kid. Even when I was a little kid, and I remember seeing like the poster boards with the golden rule: treat others as you want to be treated. And there was a saying that had a poster that had the word integrity, and I was just curious, just like I've always been. I didn't understand the poster until I looked the word up because I didn't know what it was trying to say. But I guess once you learn it, it kind of got embedded inside my personality. It's like, okay, I'm around that every day. I see that. Good vibes, positive vibes. That's the way in my opinion, maybe it should be. Otherwise, why would it be there? So integrity, I'm not going to say the definition. I really do think and hope that people look the word up, but I can give examples. The one that said it the best was Jim Carrey. I always reference Jim Carrey. He's way far past his time. I could tell the world wasn't kind, but yeah, I saw a quote by him. It wasn't even a quote. He was just talking, like, just it puts it in a different perspective. But it resonated with me for a very long time now. Just imagine yourself in the streets because you worked all your life and you're tired and it got you nowhere and you're just beat up and you're homeless and you have nowhere else to go. You're trying to mind your own business because before nobody cared. So why just sleep and be homeless? It's really much all you can do. Then you have these people that think that they have integrity, or maybe got it all messed up, the definition, but coming up to these homeless people and videotaping what they're doing. You don't need to let the world know that you're a good person if you're generally just a good person. That part you don't have to prove to people. If you get to know that person, it should just kind of fall together. Sorry. But anyways, so yes, Jim Carrey was very far. Him and Robin Williams, they knew something we didn't, or they know/knew something that we don't or didn't. And I've always was a huge fan of them, even growing up. Like, I watched a lot of the Ace Venturas. Patch Adams, I think, was a big hit for me when I was a kid, and it was kind of like the universe whispering in my ear, maybe you should become a doctor, just because of that movie, because Robin Williams played it perfectly. I don't know if anybody's seen Patch Adams, but I watched it when it was on VHS. So I think, same with Ace Ventura. We had Ace Ventura too as VHS. But I've been watching for a very long time. It's just sad because I slowly see them getting pushed aside. They had a voice at one point, and I think they got to the point to where you get pushed aside so often, who the hell's gonna listen? I can bring proof, if that's what the world wants to see, to the table, that I'm a spitting image of what the world does to you when you keep your mouth closed and you don't say anything or stick up for yourself. And honestly, there's only a select few people I kind of let into my circle, ones that I know have been following from the beginning. Ones that I trust. There's always a method to my madness. I am going to say this for the first time. The people that have been in this journey with me, they had played a huge part in all of my journey, and that they've been a huge influence, and just as much as I'm in the middle of it, they were part of it too from the very beginning, but they just don't realize how in the beginning it was. It's a process to finally try to settle down, be something you're not for a while, show yourself a little bit and then finally have a voice because you finally healed a little bit so you can settle down and not have to worry about the world. See, and I just train of thought. So many thoughts. But yeah, the people that were on this journey with me, you know who I'm talking to. The best way I can explain when you guys started with me was when you first said hi, or I said hi, or it's hard to prove. It's not that I feel inside that I have to prove, it's the way the world is. Sadly, it's hard to have that proof and show what a person is. And baby pictures, stories of falling on fences when you're a kid and having the mark, like stuff that explaining yourself, having a closed mouth don't go fed, or it goes unfed. Sorry, I always mess that up. My couple weeks here, and this is going to be a little bit of a deep thing. I'm probably just going to do 2 more videos after this, but the people that follow me know I've been trying to quit smoking cigarettes. Well, I used the patch for about a week, didn't smoke a cigarette. I caved in once, and then after that I just stopped using the patches, and it's been a while since I had a cigarette. This part I don't really share but I do have my license to smoke, to medically medicate, yes, and it helps me. But you have a lot of people in your life that will, how do you know it's this when you smoke this and you do this and you do smoke cigarettes? And it's like, well, fine, I will prove it to you because I want people to leave me alone. I quit cigarettes like that. Yeah, it sucked, but you know what? My body endured it. The marijuana part of it, it's like my whole life, we can't always afford to get it, so there's times where you have to live without. And the thing is I don't think it sucks being without, but I don't have side effects or anything. If the side effect is eating and sleeping, then sign me up. But like, for real. That's why I got sick of people telling me like, well, you don't know it's this, you don't. Okay, well, I'll just have to prove it then. Things like that take time. And it's a lot of energy. And it's hard to balance everything when you've already, it's not that I've seen, it's just like I've been there, done that, but maybe a worst case scenario, or just a little worse and not as much, or something different. So I can safely say nothing really surprises me, especially when it comes to people. They are just as predictable as they are unpredictable. And I've seen that unpredictable, and I'm pretty good at predicting people, and those ones that you can't predict are the ones you should be worried about. I feel like maybe that stigma needs to go away, because that is part of mental illness and all that stuff, which came in through a whole generation of probably being looked down on and shoved underneath the rug. So like I said before, like my family, I'm pretty sure they knew I was autistic. That's why I have all the baby pictures. Like, I'm sure most of my family probably had other problems too. Just that's how they dealt with it. There's usually always a method to my madness. It just takes a lot of brain energy. And usually in the long run, it would benefit me. So now it does. Now it feels like it's benefiting, now that people are listening. I don't feel so crazy anymore. And I told my therapist too, before I got here. Hold on, let me start another one.